Welcome. Welcome. I wanted to make sure that you would be with us for Motivational Mondays. This is going to be so much fun. Now, in this scope, where we're coming from and where we're looking to really make a difference, it's because of the ability to be here and commit and to show up and to show out. So, even if sometimes the guest that's supposed to show up doesn't, you have to make sure that the party goes on, the show must go on. That's the benefit of going forward. So for today, we're going to be talking about how to have epic conversations. E.P.I.C. I got my Greek mountain tea, which is amazing. If you haven't tried it, you should. No sugarings, no lemons or honeys or anything. It's just the lightest, cleanest way to really wake up the system first thing in the morning. So for those of us that have been up for a couple hours already, this is just a nice way to keep it warm and going inside. Let's talk about what's going to make today so cool. Epic conversations. I can't take any credit for this one. I did hear it somewhere. I apologize. I would love to give them the credit for it. Can't remember where. Sometimes you get caught up in sales conversations and motivations and such, and before you know it, you hear a great idea and you just run with it. I believe this might have been Dan Henry, just in case you know him. So in this context, we're looking for E.P.I.C. These can be done for conversion conversations when you're talking to a potential client. These could be done if you're looking at presentating on stage, off stage, in front of a small, medium, or large group. What you'd be looking at is to have that kind of an impact for them to go, wow, that was epic, and to make that big a deal out of it. So, if we're going to be having some fun, let's start with E. E needs to be entertaining. Yeah, imagine. You need to, if you're one of those people that's just naturally light and entertaining, just be you. If you need to, prep a joke and have something handy and ready, prep a joke and have something handy and ready. So know that the ability for you to be entertaining, that's the first part of being memorable. So that if I go, okay, I was laughing a couple times, it means I'm paying more attention. It means I'm watching and waiting to see the next thing because I'm being delighted. And in being delighted like that, that's the entire goal that we're looking for. So, E, entertaining. P, personalized. We will not respond to a cookie cutter, off the shelf solution that we think is for everybody and their son. But we will very much perk up our ears if we hear somebody blowing a dog whistle just to us. And everyone around's like, "Did you hear that?" No, it's just for you. So that'll be a big difference if you learn how to become personalized. Even if you're giving the same talk that you've been giving for years, know your audience and speak to them directly. That will be key. So being entertaining and coming out and people go, oh, okay, I'm going to be listening to what he says, and then making it personalized so that you genuinely feel that this person on stage is talking directly to me. That's so cool. And that's how they overcome the inertia of sitting there and just doing nothing. They get up, they get out, and they come and reach out to you. They want to see something happen. That's why. So, E is entertaining. P is personalized. What's I? I could be so many things, but it's really important that it's this one. It's irrefutable. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're talking to somebody and you're a coach, and you know that this person could deeply benefit from coaching, whether with you or somebody else, doesn't matter, but you know that they're a great candidate. If they told you that they don't, not just don't like coaching, but they don't even believe in it, I think it's all just bullshit. It's a scam. It's fake. It's all, picture this and imagine that and all this crap. If that's the angle and the attitude that they're coming from, your ability to sway them all the way over to, oh, wow, you're right. I do need a coach and it should probably be you. That's a pretty huge mountain to climb, especially in one shot. And you remember that expression, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. So this might need multiple revisits. You want the concept of inception, that it's their idea. that they came to in their own natural sweet time. Those are the most lasting, impactful ideas. Those are the ones that people go, you know what, I'm going to have to go do something about it. Those are the ones that'll go do something about it because it hit to that level. So I needs to be irrefutable. You need to have proof, examples, demonstrations, analogies, stories, something. And 2 or 3 somethings is always better than one. But you need to have something that's irrefutable. So if we go to the guy who doesn't believe in coaching and thinks it's all, witchcraft and silliness, um, you'd be able to start him thinking or her thinking in a new way by asking, let's say, this question. Hey, John, I appreciate that you're not a big fan of coaching industry, and I could see why online coaches have a bad reputation. But let me ask you, conceptually, the thought of a coach, I mean, can you name me one Olympic sport or one athlete in any Olympic sport that doesn't have a coach? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of an athlete at any level of success able to get there without a coach. I mean, maybe there's somebody else coaching themselves, but when they get to the level of maximum, if they don't have someone externally to try to help them go above that plateau, how do they ever grow? And you don't have to answer the question. It's irrefutable proof. There is no sport at the highest level that doesn't have a coach with the athlete. It's impossible because it's not logical. It doesn't make sense. You can only go as far as you can go, and you need somebody who can take you further. The misconception a lot of the time is that person has gone further, and thus they can show you. Like, possibly, but even then, you'd only be going over what they did, and that was then. I don't know how much that applies to you now. So it's much more important, instead of them going over what they did, and here, follow my way, is they go and help you. Irrefutable. Irrefutable that you need a coach if you want to go higher. Irrefutable, like that wonderful African expression, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with a group. Because you need help, you need the support. And that's irrefutable. So when you start off being entertaining and it's interesting and the conversation is okay, and again, these are conversations that you're having, whether they have a purpose, a background, in brackets, we're trying to do this or not. It's not a bad idea that if you wanted to have conversations, why can't they be epic? Why can't they be entertaining? Why can't they be personalized so that the person genuinely feels you're talking to them? Why can't you once in a while, when it's time to make a dramatic point, that's when it's time for the I to be irrefutable. And when it's time to be irrefutable, slow down, quiet down, and consider repeating it. But when you consider repeating it, don't say it the same way. Did you see what I just did? So I said, consider repeating it twice. But if I would have said, consider repeating it, and when you consider repeating it, I sound like I'm like I'm out of sync. I'm like, uh-oh, the video bot that is Natan is not working. Quick, he's skipping. That's what I'm talking about. Excuse me. So in that context, absolutely, slow it down, say it quietly, and then repeat it in a different way. That's going to have much more impact. So if you're trying to get across a huge point, something irrefutable, the cornerstone of this conversation to make it epic, you might want to use those tactics. Slow down, quiet down, and repeat, but repeat differently. That brings us to the wonderful, wonderful. Oh, by the way, here, let me put this in the chat. Doop, doop, boop. And this one's titled How to Create Epic Conversations. Join me. And also, you have my contact info there. So if you'd like to grab a one-on-one, by all means, there's so many cool ways that we can play between energy and energy coaching and work, between Allure Creative Agency and the wonderful events and the incredible celebrations, and even these daily frequency of abundance groups and these private and public communities that we create. All ways to get more eyes on you and the right ones, until eventually that tipping point moment hits and the right person hears the right thing at the right time and says, today I'm going to reach out to Natan. I'm going to book that one-on-one and I'm going to see what happens. And that's why it's Motivational Monday. And I invite you to get inspired, to get active, to go forth and consider your conversations now in the scheme of an epic framework. Are they entertaining? Are they personalized? Are you given something irrefutable that that person can't argue? And lastly, the C, clear. Is it clear? So, is it absolutely repeatable that if you spoke this concept and had this conversation with the 5-year-old, they could repeat it back? And not like in telephone where kind of, but no. I mean, like they could actually repeat it back. That shows your clarity. It shows your clarity on the topic. And that is so important. So that if you're going to have an epic conversation, if at the end of it, the person was like, you know what? They were so entertaining and I really felt like they were personalized and speaking to me. And then they told me this incredible, like all these facts. Wow. It's like so much evidence. It was clearly irrefutable, but wasn't really clear on the message, and I wasn't really clear on what to do with all that information, I guess, and all that data. So kind of scratching my head now. Like, yes, personal, entertaining, tons and tons of irrefutable facts. Now what? And that's why you have to start with the end in mind first, so that we can work backwards from what you've already pre-established as successful conversation looks like in your mind. Working backwards is a lot easier than building that bridge as you're going forward. A lot easier. So, in that context, have entertaining, personalized conversations that have irrefutable proof and are clear. Clear in their messaging, clear in their call to action, clear in their ability for you to feel 100% connected in concept, in the idea with the person, so that you are 100% going, hey, I love the way that this conversation feels. I feel it's important. I feel like I'm getting the right sensations, because we all have them. When you're having an epic conversation, you know you are. It's neat. It becomes timeless. Things get fuzzy. It's almost like you're in a hypnotic type trance, and a trance is a very cool place. In that space, that's what we want to make sure that you've got that framework with you, so that if you get lost and if you go down that rabbit hole and you get, lost in that deep thought, keeping in mind, where are you in the conversation? Have you been entertaining? Are you keeping it personalized? Is there irrefutable proof peppered in and sprinkled throughout? And lastly, are you clear? Clear on your messaging, clear on your delivery, clear on why you're here, clear on what you want or what could possibly be. Are you clear? So therein lies what we want to feel. And if you're going to have an epic conversation, know that it can lead to so much. Look at in the scope, and I'll leave you with this, that let's say there's 4 levels of awesomeness that can happen with any one of these conversations. Anytime you have an epic conversation, here's your 4 outcomes that make it worth your time, that make it worth your effort, that make it worth the exercise of trying to be entertaining and personalized and irrefutable and clear. Number 1, the person you're talking to says, oh my God, yes. Whatever it is you're selling, I say, yes, I'm a buying. That's the best possible outcome you could have from an epic conversation. Win, win, win. They win, you win, and then the two of you together, working together in this new way, win. That is your highest level. 1 level down from that is, oh my God, yes, whatever you're buying, whatever you're buying, I'm selling. Whatever you're selling, I'm buying. But I'm going on safari for 3 weeks. So as soon as I get back, let's work together. So it's an absolute yes, but not right now. Okay. Level 1 is yes right now. Level 2 is yes, but not right now. These are both 2 good things. It's somebody saying yes. So yay. Down 1 level now to third. Third is no. No for me personally now, and no for me in the future. I don't think your offer will ever be something of interest to me, but that's okay, because I think it'll be perfect for my friend Janet. Can I introduce you to? So yes, now, Yes, not now. No, now and no later. But introduction, referral, testimonial, all of that beautiful, let me transfer that energy over to somebody else who can take advantage of it. That's your third level, and definitely makes it worthwhile to be in that conversation, making sure that this makes sense. Your last lowest level. They're not going to buy now. They're not going to buy later. They're not going to refer anybody to you. They don't know anyone, or they don't think that it's of any benefit. So then what on earth are you still getting value for way down here at level 4 that's still making this conversation worthwhile? Oh, practice with a real live possible potential candidate. I don't care if they're not a good potential candidate. I don't care if they categorically, you're convinced will never work with you, because they probably even use those words. I'll never work with you. I'm like, and that's okay too. Knowing that they're all the way over here and that you brought them just a little bit closer, that's the work, that's the skill, that's the effort, that's the practice. How are you going to get good at this? How are you going to flex that muscle if you don't go and have those conversations that don't go anywhere, but that you tried? You tried to wrangle this, steer this way and that way, and you're like, hang on, it's a bucking bronco. And you're like, yeah, but you're still trying. So how can you do that if you don't know that this is that time to practice? That you're going to exhaust the opportunity to see, will they buy from you right now? They'll say no, very quick and easy. And you'll kind of have a gut feeling that that's not because they want to later. So number 1 and 2 are gone. So now your best bet is to present yourself in such a way that they want to refer you. And if that's taken off the board for whatever reason, maybe they're new, maybe they love you, but they don't have anyone to refer you. Maybe they're hoping you could refer you someone to them. Whatever's the story. Number 4, that level of practice. That's the one that's going to make the biggest difference for you. Because when it's time to be in front of a real prospective client, you don't want mumbles and marbles in the mouth. You don't want to have that, oh, gee moment. What do I say? What do I do? You want clarity. You want calm, confident, projected clarity. And when you have it, follow the E.P.I.C conversation framework. Keep your conversations entertaining, personalized, offer irrefutable proof, and make sure that you're clear. I'm Natan Verhofsky, founder of Allure Creative Agency, lead energy coach to peak performers around the world for 3 decades now. And after more than 15,000 people have come through my hands, I offer you an invitation one-on-one. Come join us. If you like the Frequency of Abundance group, there's a free group over on LinkedIn. Just type in the Frequency of Abundance. Under groups, you're there. There's a small paid community where we support ourselves and each other, and we get to come on and host these wonderful events and build our own communities. The conversations are just beginning. So, Motivational Mondays, good. Come join us tomorrow for Triumphant Tuesdays. See me on LinkedIn. You'll see the list of what's coming up each and every week, what's coming out, what's available, and who's speaking. Oh man, the speakers this week are epic. And yes, I do mean entertaining. I do mean personalized. They will be offering irrefutable and very, very clear proof. I'm Natan. Thank you very much. Pop into the chat. Give a comment. Give a share. Give a thumbs up if you like.